Hey everybody, it's Nicholas Rogers with the Big Timber Lodge, and let's just jump straight into this video. This video is about, hey, I have a PSA Dagger Micro magazine and it's not working correctly in my Glock 43X or my Glock 48, and how can I fix it? So, all in all, this video should only take about 5 minutes. First thing we're gonna talk about is what you need. So I have some medium grit sandpaper, so this is some P100. And then I have a finer grit, which is a P150 sandpaper. And then I also have a punch. You will obviously also need your PSA Dagger Micro mag. So I'll give you some time, pause the video, and go get the supplies that you need. All right, so before we actually take apart the magazine and start to work on it, I want to explain to you probably what is happening and causing issues. So from multiple viewers, not a lot because these have very few problems. They've discussed though that there could be some extra plastic on the follower around the edges that can actually get stuck as it gets pushed up inside of the magazine, or inside of the magazine, because this has this overmold, there can actually be a little bit of excess plastic coming through where the overmold goes through the metal to secure it in place. And these two issues are typically the only issues that I've ever heard of anybody having with these PSA Dagger Micro magazines, and they can be solved very quickly by just a little bit of sandpapering. First thing you're gonna do is you're going to take your magazine, make sure it is unloaded, and then you are going to locate the Palmetto State Armory logo down here on the bottom of the magazine. That is actually a securing feature on the bottom of the floor plate, and we are going to take our punch and just push it in. Now, if you don't have a punch, you can use something else, but once you push that in, then you can actually start to slide the base plate forward. Let me move this over here and switch hands. So just push in. That's like our detent, and then you want to make sure that you catch this with your thumb because this will pop off, and that is your floor plate right here attached to the bottom of your follower spring with your follower. Now, let me go ahead and move this other stuff to the side. We will start off with, let's say, the medium grit sandpaper and just kind of go around the edges that connect or touch the inside of the magazine. So if there's any sort of extra plastic sticking off that potentially could get snagged, this will help smooth that out. And this is that medium grit sandpaper. And then once I've done that, I'm going to move over to a finer grit. This is that P150. Now, I didn't have any issues with my magazines. I'm just doing this because I want viewers out there or users of the Dagger Micro to not feel as if there's no hope with their magazines, because I have had a couple of viewers reach out saying, hey, my magazines aren't working the way that they should. It's not feeding correctly, or after the last round, it's not keeping the slide back. And from viewers that I've talked with that have had similar issues, just this little bit of sandpapering has seemed to fix everything for them. So then what I'm going to do is just kind of take my sandpaper and roll it so I can get it inside where it can make contact with the overmold portion where there's little holes drilled in the metal that the overmold plastic have been seeded into. And I'm just going to take this back and forth, getting rid of any sort of burrs that might not have been taken care of at the factory. Now, like I said, PSA's quality control seems to be very good because there's been very few people having this issue, but there have been some. Now I'm going to take my fine, blow it out. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So Probably take like a rag and wipe this down. All right, so this is just a silicone rag that you use on your firearms to prevent rust. So I'm going to wipe off all of the sandpaper dust. Yeah, it feels very nice and smooth around those edges. No burrs. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the inside of this magazine. Just kind of take this off. Feed this from the bottom towards the top. Just like I'm cleaning the magazine. And then just kind of pull this back and forth. And voila. All we have to do is reassemble the mag. So first things first is we are going to insert the follower into the magazine. And it is seated correctly. Then we are going to orientate our base plate the way that it's going to go. So it's going to slide on this way. So that means that we want to have our Palmetto State Armory logo the same direction. And you'll see on the bottom of this floor plate, there's kind of positioning there for the actual spring. Okay. That's it. Now, give it a check. Perfect. Just like that, we are finished fixing our PSA Dagger Micro magazine. Now, the only way to really test this is to take it to the range and try it out in your firearm. But from what I've read and what I've seen, this will fix the issues you are having. So, as always, make sure to hit the like, leave a comment down below, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so that any other time I make videos like this, you will be informed. All right, till next time, peace.